Great day everyone! Welcome back to Ramz tutorial. If you are new here in my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you're updated in my latest videos. Today viewers, students, parents, our topic is all about tag questions. But before we proceed to our topic about tag questions, let me think first here, we're going to see first that the purpose why we need to discuss the tag questions. Remember, my dear viewers, the purpose of the tag question is to ask for confirmations from the listeners. You are the listeners that the statement is correct. If the statement, my dear viewer, has an auxiliary verb or helping verbs or a modal, it is repeated in the tag questions. Why, Chiram, we use a tag question? Because the difference is that question tags are used more in spoken English than in written form. Okay? Now let's proceed to tag question. Definition, according to the book, is a grammatical structure that turns a declarative. That is a structure in making a sentence. Declarative statement. We know that, my dear viewers, that declarative statement is a declarative sentence that it states something. Something it describes. It has subject and a predicate. Or and imperative into a question. We know that imperative sentence, it shows a command or a request. Then it turns into what we call having using a question sentence, and of course it ends with a period by adding an interrogative fragment. Interrogative fragment means class. This is interrogative sentence. Fragment is what you call a group of sentence that expresses a complete thought or idea. Is it quite clear, my dear viewers? That is a fragment or using the tag. Chair, can you give me an example of tag question? Yes, so for example, I'm going to use a pronoun. I'm going to write here, my dear viewers, examples. Okay, to create first a very exciting sentence. A pronoun, so I'm going here. I'm going to use apostrophe s. He's read this book. Okay, letter, I'm going to write tag questions. Another, he read this book. Okay, I'm going to write first here tag question. He's read this book. In tag questions, I'm going to write here hasn't. That means that a contraction form for has not. Hasn't he? Like that. We're just asking if he's reading the book. Second, he read this book. So we're going to think here. We're going to write didn't he? That means to say it's a contraction form for did not. Didn't he? And that's a tag questions. We're just asking if he read this book. Another example. So I'm add the verb with ing, that is a gerund. Is reading this book. Remember, students, gerund verb is useful also in constructing what we call the sentence to become meaningful. So we're going to write here is not or isn't. Yan. Like that, class. Isn't he? For I think we have first another unexciting. I think he reads. So I'm going to have okay, singular verb. I think he reads a lot. Singular verb of books. That's plural. So I'm going to write here first. He reads a lot of books. So now, class, we're going to think what's an tag questions. So I think we're going to write here first for does not or doesn't. Doesn't he? All of these, we're going to use he because our subject pronoun is referring to a boy. That's a tag questions. Okay, from sentence, we're going to convert it into a tag question. So last, I'm going to use first an he'll or he will class. So contraction form for he will, or he will read, or he'll read. This, actually class, I expound the first sentence. I'll make it 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll make it 5 sentences, constructing a tag question. He'll read this book, right? Then another question, because he will read this book, so it might be asking like this: want, or that is one or would not. That's want he, like that. And that's a tag question class. Again, the purpose of a tag question is to ask for confirmation from the listener that the statement is correct. So we're going to ask to our viewers if it is correct. So we're going to change also when we read that with live, then something that we asked. Like that, he read this book, hasn't he? Like that. Okay, now class, I have an exciting or a very exciting ano natin. We have 10 what we called sentences. All we have to do is we're going to identify, or we are going to find it out, the tag questions in each sentence. Okay, so here my what we call directions help us what we're going to do. Direction says underline the tag questions in each sentence. So we're going to think, I will let my students think first, you viewers, to answer the tag questions. For example, we're going to read, you aren't asleep yet, are you? Like that. Okay, from that particular now, underline the tag question in first sentence, you aren't asleep yet, are you? So our tag question here is what we call, you are going to think, class, what tag question is that? So first you are going to think first the first tag questions. Okay, you aren't asleep yet, are you? So I'm going to double it, class, so that it's quietly clear for you that in number 1, our tag question is aren't. The word aren't, that is in a form, or are not. You aren't asleep yet, are you? Number 2, we had a lot of fun in the park, didn't we? So now class, tag question is a short contraction form of a word. So obviously our what we call tag questions for number 2 is didn't. The word did not. Didn't is the what we call tag questions here. Third, Dad ate all of my chocolates. Wow, it's yummy. Didn't he? So another is the word didn't from the word did not. 4, you saw where the robber went, didn't you? So we're just asking if he saw that particular robber. Okay, so the answer is didn't. 5, it's still raining outside, isn't it? So the right answer is isn't. Are tag questions. So we're questioning if it is still raining outside. 6 is that she rings out of tune, doesn't she? So we're going to think, where is the tag question in that particular sentence? So obviously class, is the word doesn't, that is does not. So we're just asking if she ranks out of June. Next is, she has learned to dance very well. Hasn't she? Okay, that is the word has not is our what we call tag question. We're going to ask if she has learned to dance well or if she perform it well. So we're just asking. So we're going to convert from sentence to a tag questions or an interrogative sentence. Is asking sentence. Andy is a diligent student. So we're now asking it, isn't she? Because the name of Andy it's a girl. So that's why we use she pronoun. Okay, isn't or is not is obviously our tag question, my dear viewers. Louis talked too much in class. Doesn't he? So we're going to think and asking if Louis talked too much inside the class. So we're going to double it underline the word doesn't. That is what we call a tag question. 10. His new car was bought at a very good price. Wasn't it? Why we use it class? It is refers to things or animals. That's why it wasn't it or was not. So we're just asking if his new car was brought at a very good price. That means to say it's what we call worthy, worthy and deserving that we need to buy that particular car. Okay, that is a tag question class. Remember, why chair Ram? You discuss it a tag question because as I have said earlier, the tag question class is most important. Okay, what you call in our daily what you call applications. Say for example in communications, okay, we communicate to people. That's why we converse with each other. We doesn't know that we applied it thoroughly the tag questions. We're just asking our friends if he or she where they come from. So we need to emphasize these tag questions using a grammatical structures that turn into a declarative. Whether this statement you say it, you're describing your classmates. Imperative, that means to say it shows a command or request sentence, and of course interrogative fragment or interrogative sentence, that is asking sentence. Hope my dear students and my dear viewers, listeners, thank you for watching and hope to see you again in my next videos. Bye bye and God bless everyone. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel Ramz Tutorial Vlog. Bye.